I am 28 weeks. I want to say that I'm 7 months. But when you're pregnant, it doesn't work like that. Like normally you would think you just take 28 weeks and you divide that by 4 and that number is 7, so you're 7 months, but that's not how it works because some months have more weeks and some months have less. So I don't know what I am other than to say I'm 28 weeks. Just got my back adjusted. So grateful every week that I am still pregnant. I'm so grateful for, because regardless of whether I have back pain or any other things, which I'll share with you, it's like, so what? I have a miracle growing in my body. So I will take whatever ailments come my way because I get to have a baby. So that's awesome. Here's a little fun fact for 28 weeks. Insomnia. Yeah, I have never been one who had any trouble with sleeping. But now I just wake up in the middle of the night and I just look around and think. So that's weird. And sometimes it's fun because I wake up and I can feel my son moving a lot. That's definitely cool when that happens. I just thought of another fun fact for 28 weeks. Hemorrhoids are normal at this stage. It's fun. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it to not have them. I wouldn't trade it to not be pregnant. So bring it on. I am actually going to a natural doctor today. And the reason I'm going to a natural doctor is because I have hypothyroidism. And I'm going to see about getting on a more natural medication for that. They say that when you have hypothyroidism in pregnancy, you should go get your thyroid checked once every trimester, so that way you can make sure that your levels are good. And your thyroid is actually really important in the development of your baby's brain, so it's definitely not something that you want to neglect. I'm also going to get something looked at that I have called Reynauds syndrome, so I'll find out a little bit more about that and then I'll let you guys know. But I wanted to give you an update on my amazing doctor's appointment. You guys, she's so cool. So it's a natural doctor. She also happens to be a midwife, so, you know, extra credit for that. And I want to show you, like, this is the prescriptions that she gave me. So ginger tea is one of my prescriptions, fish oil, and then what's the bottom one? Oh, vitamin D. And I just think it's so cool that she's not like, oh, you need to take all these medications. She's like, no, let's just make sure that you're getting the right amount of fish oils, and vitamin D3 is where it needs to be. She's going to monitor that. As I mentioned, you want to get that monitored once every trimester. And then after you have the baby, your hormones change so much that you want to have that checked again. So she's going to be monitoring that for me because I am fed up with going to Kaiser. No point in dealing with Kaiser in any way, shape, or form if I can avoid them, because it is always a bad experience there. So I'm just going to pay out of pocket, and I'm going to go to a natural doctor who is going to give me what I want anyways in terms of more holistic solutions, whereas Kaiser is going to give you medication and everything has side effects. We talked for an hour and a half. She spent an hour and a half with me. She took my blood herself. She did a good job. I was scared because, as you guys know, me and needles are not friends. It was good. She did a great job. Talked to her also about Reynauds syndrome. And Reynauds syndrome, for those of you who don't know, I recently found out that I have Reynauds syndrome. Reynauds syndrome is where you have poor circulation in certain parts of your body. Well, normally for people, their poor circulation is in like fingers or toes. So their fingers might turn white or purple, their toes white or purple. Not me. I have a left nipple that turns purple. And it doesn't feel good. It's actually pretty uncomfortable. And I really want to breastfeed, so I'm just concerned how it will affect breastfeeding. So we talked about that, recommended the fish oil and the ginger for that. So we'll see if that makes any difference. And then, fortunately, my midwife is also a lactation consultant. So we may need to just kind of wait and see how that goes when that time comes. This week, I have to do the blood sugar test. Well, I'm not doing that glucose drink that everybody else does. And there's kind of two main reasons that I'm rebelling and not doing that. So the first reason is because I think it's crap. I think it's full of chemicals. It's disgusting. I wouldn't want to put that in my body, let alone my little, teeny tiny, not that teeny, not that tiny, baby's body either. So I wouldn't have wanted to do it anyways. The second reason I'm not doing it is because I'm allergic to sugar. So you can't really give me 50 milligrams or 50 grams or whatever crazy thing amount it is of sugar, because I will break out in a rash. It will cover my hands. Sometimes it goes on my eyes. Sometimes it goes on my leg. It'll just pick random places to show up. So I have to be really careful with sugar. I do eat fruit, but I break out in a rash even when I have a little bit of fruit. Like I had a pear and I have a little patch on my hand that I broke out. So that's the other reason why I'm not doing that. So instead, what I'm doing is a blood sugar test, and I will show you guys how that works. But I basically have to prick my finger and check my blood with fasting. That's when I first wake up. And then after I eat, I have to go exercise for 15 minutes. And an hour after I've eaten, I have to do it again. So I still have to do that one. So I just went for a 15-minute speed walk, and fasting blood was 80, and they said they want it to be under 95. So I passed the first one. I have to do this twice a day for 3 days. Okay, so I promised I would show you guys how to check your blood sugar. Here's actually the instructions. You do have to prick your finger, which you guys know how much I love needles. Here's the bottom of those notes. And I'm happy to say that my results were good for 3 days in a row. So if you aren't wanting to do the glucose test, you could just do the finger prick twice a day for 3 days. And you do it once fasting, and then you test your blood sugar 1 or 2 hours after you eat a meal. I did an at-home workout, did some yoga. Look at that belly bouncing after. It's so cool. So there's some footage. If you watch closely, you'll see my belly jump around a little bit, just like that. It's the best feeling in the world. And here you see my belly looks kind of funny because I was wearing pants. So it has little indentations, but look at the movement, you guys. It's so amazing. I don't take any of this for granted. I just wanted to tell you the birth plan as of right now. And I know that they say you shouldn't call it a birth plan, you should call it a birth wish. So here's the birth wish that we currently have set up. I'm going to labor at home as much as comfortable. The birth doula will probably meet me here. I met with her today, and it's always fun spending time with her because she not only makes me feel super comfortable about what's happening in my body, but confident about my labor. So the birth plan that we have is that we will start the process here at home, and then when I've reached a point where I need more assistance, I need my birthing tribe, my support team, then I'm gonna go over to the birthing center, which isn't far from home. The birthing center is within a mile or two of like 3 hospitals. So it's in a great location. My midwife is by far one of the best midwives that I could have ever gotten. She is a master midwife. She trains other midwives. So I feel really confident with having her there. I'd like to give birth in the jacuzzi tub. That's gonna be my goal. And the only people who will be at the actual labor at the birthing center will be my husband, my doula, and my midwives. And that's the plan. We're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna keep it calm, peaceful. I'm gonna do everything as naturally as I can. So give me good birth stories. I only wanna hear the good ones because, you know, everybody likes to tell you bad stuff, but I don't wanna hear bad stuff. I wanna hear good stuff. So drop a comment below. Tell me your good birth stories, especially if you did home birth or birthing center. I'd love to hear it. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you haven't subscribed and you like following my journey, hit that subscribe button. I love hearing from you guys and hope you have an awesome day. Bye.